David was no longer just a student. He was no longer just surviving. He was ready for something greater. But talent does not stay hidden forever. And in a world filled with danger, men like him are always being watched. The time comes when he was being recruited.
David, you don't know us, but we know enough about you.
Then you already know I don't like being watched.
That's exactly why we're here. You've trained your whole life, discipline, control, and restraint. But out here, that kind of strength goes to waste.
I didn't train for attention.
We're not offering attention, David. We're offering purpose.
David looks at them more seriously now.
David, there are people out there who don't get a second chance. People who don't have someone to step in when things go wrong. You know what that feels like, right?
Yeah.
Then you understand why we exist. We don't need soldiers. We need men who can think, who can choose when to act.
And what if I say no?
Then you walk away. And nothing changes out there.
David looks away slightly, thinking.
You've already become strong, David. The question is, and what are you going to use it for?
If I do this, looks directly at them. I do it my way.
That's exactly why we chose you, David.
David had spent years preparing, but never for this. All his life, he was taught to control his strength, to use it only when it mattered. But now, the world was asking something more. He remembered the hunger, the silence, the feeling of being invisible. No one came for him back then. No one, except one man. And now, he was being given that same chance. A chance to stand where others couldn't. To step in when no one else would. But this path was not simple. It meant stepping into danger, into a world where there are no guarantees, where every decision could change someone's life or end it. But this was what he was trained for. Not for recognition, not for power, but to protect. And if he walked away, nothing would change. The weak would still be left behind. The innocent would still suffer. So he made his choice, not because he was forced to, but because he understood. This was no longer just his training. This was his purpose. He was trained to protect. Now, he was given a reason. The moment he stepped inside the training facility, he felt it. Everything was different. This place wasn't built for comfort. It was built for precision, for discipline, for control. Every movement had purpose, every detail, intentional. No noise, no distractions, only focus. He watched the others, men like him, but not the same. Different backgrounds, different reasons, but all carrying the same weight, a purpose they had yet to prove. And then there were the instructors. All are veterans, with so much experience into different kinds of combat. Their eyes said everything. No tolerance for weakness, no patience for excuses. Only results. He could already feel it. The pressure, the expectations. The kind of training that doesn't just test your body, but breaks down your limits. And somehow, for David, it felt familiar. Not because it was easy, but because he had lived through something harder. They would certainly push him to exhaustion, no doubt. But they didn't know. He had already been there before. And this time, he wasn't just trying to survive. He was ready. This was a different kind of training. Not just strength, not just speed, but understanding. They were taught how to move without being seen, how to strike without wasting motion, how to end a fight before it even begins. Every style had its purpose. Different forms of combat, different methods of control. No single way was enough. They had to adapt to anything. But learning to fight was only the beginning. They learned how to think under pressure, how to read a situation before it turns against them, how to stay calm when everything is falling apart. They were taught how to open doors without keys, locked spaces, secured places. And when there was nothing left, they learned how to survive. Without resources, without support, just instinct, discipline, and control. The body was trained, but more importantly, the mind was sharpened. This wasn't about becoming stronger than others. It was about becoming ready for anything. With every skill he learned, with every technique he mastered, David was changing. He was becoming faster, stronger, and more dangerous. But in the silence between training, he remembered his master's lesson.
Remember, you are not there to destroy. You are there to protect.
Those words stayed with him, not as a rule, but as a responsibility. In a place where power was everything, where others trained to dominate, David chose something different. He controlled himself when others lost themselves. Because he understood something. It's not in how much damage you can cause, but in how much you can prevent. He wasn't becoming a weapon. He was becoming a shield. Training prepared him, but the real world tested him. One mission became another. Different places, different dangers, but the same reality. Not everyone gets saved unless someone steps in. He saw fear up close. Not in simulations, but in real eyes, real people. And for the first time, he understood the weight of what he chose. Every situation was different. Every decision mattered. But with every mission, he adapted. The chaos didn't shake him anymore. It became familiar. He no longer questioned himself. He no longer hesitated. This was where he belonged. One day, on a quiet evening, like any other normal day, a beautiful young woman walked through a quiet alley. Her steps were calm, unaware of what was waiting ahead. The world around her felt ordinary, almost peaceful. But sometimes, danger doesn't announce itself. It simply waits, silently, until the moment it decides to move. Jenny, she lived in a world far different from his. A life surrounded by comfort. She came from a family built on success. With her simplicity, her beauty is undeniable. People usually caught staring at her beauty. Jenny's beauty is mesmerizing, that it usually catches attention in places where she is not part of it. That day was supposed to be like any other. She didn't notice them at first, until it was too late. Their intentions were clear. No respect, no boundaries. She tried to stay calm, tried to step away, but they closed in. And in that moment, she realized no one was coming. But sometimes, the right person arrives at the right moment. David saw the situation in seconds, the fear, the imbalance, the danger. And just like he was trained, he didn't hesitate. Let her go and walk away. They laughed, they always do, until they realize he's not just another man. They thought it would be easy. They were wrong. The first one rushed in, wild, untrained. David didn't step back, he stepped in. He grabbed the arm, shifted his weight, a clean ippon sioi nage, a shoulder throw. The man hit the ground, hard, before he even understood what happened. Another came from the side, faster, more aggressive. David turned, redirected the force. A simple irimi nage, entering the attack, guiding it, ending it. The man collapsed, like his own momentum betrayed him. They hesitated now, but fear turned into anger, so they came together. David moved first, a sharp mei geri, a front kick, straight to the midsection. One man folded instantly. Another followed, a spinning mawashi geri, a roundhouse kick, clean and precise. One tried to grab him from behind. David lowered his center. A quick ogoshi hip throw, effortless, as if the man weighed nothing. The fight didn't last long. It never does. There was no wasted movement, no anger, no hesitation, only control. They stepped back, confused, shaken. This wasn't a normal fight. This was something else. And Jenny, she couldn't look away. Every movement, calm, precise, deliberate, not chaos. It's art. He didn't fight to hurt them. He fought to end it. Now the danger was gone. But Jenny didn't move, still in shock and disbelief. She was still trying to process, to understand what just happened, what she had just witnessed. He didn't look like someone dangerous. Calm, composed, almost distant. And yet, he moved with certainty, every step, every action, as if he had done it 1,000 times before. She felt it now, not fear, but something unexpected, respect, a quiet kind of admiration. In a world full of noise, he was different. And for the first time, she noticed. For a brief moment, everything slowed down. No fear, no chaos. Just two people, standing in the same moment, from two completely different worlds. And somehow, neither of them looked away. In a world where survival comes first, love is never simple. But for David and Jenny, something begins, quietly, between two worlds that were never meant to meet.
Watch for the next episode when David and Jenny finally see each other.